Well, I know
Back to
there
the
was a lot going on this week.
Yes, as always. I mean, it's always fun to follow the Mets Minor League. Starting again with the Florida Complex League. Jorge De Leon had a strong outing, 3 innings, allowing one unearned run with 5 Ks, 1.13 ERA over 8 innings with 16 strikeouts. Um, saw his motion. Something that did concern me a bit is that it's a lot of arms and no legs, which reminded me a bit of maybe you have a memory of this guy, but Marcos Molina, guy who used to be a pretty highly touted pitching prospect for us and got hurt eventually. Another guy who used his arms in not necessarily his legs in his motion. I think he tried to add more legs, but uh, he just fell off after that. So I hope it's not will not end up the same way as Marcos Molina, but is a little bit of a concern watching him pitch. But still, the numbers are good. Jeremy Rodriguez is just amazing. What a pickup he could be at his first home run of the year on Tuesday. A.G. Ewing also homered his second of the young season. And Jose Chirinos, a 19-year-old from Venezuela, had a strong outing. 4 innings, allowing just one hit and one unearned run with 2 strikeouts. He has a 2.79 ERA so far. And I think I was going to let you comment on the Marcus Molina.
No, I didn't have anything to say on Molina. I was going to talk about Jeremy Rodriguez, and like you talked about it right there. What a steal that could be for getting just for Tommy Pham. Like it wasn't like the Mets traded David Robertson, who was having a really good year last year. Obviously, the Mets did get some good prospects in Vargas and Ronald Hernandez. And I don't want to steal your thunder here, but I did believe I saw Ronald Hernandez was the Florida State League Player of the Week. I'm sure that's something that will be mentioned here as well. But no, we question. Well, I didn't question. Some question the direction the Mets went in last trade deadline, with looking more at the extremely young, athletic guys, and people were kind of hoping for more the Drew Gilbert, Ronald Acuna's, where they were a lot closer to the major league level. But no, Jeremy Rodriguez could absolutely turn out to be a steal for old man Tommy Pham.
He's just 17-year-old and he is hitting everywhere. He has played 17-year-old already at stateside and just performing is pretty darn impressive to me. And um, yeah, and these with the deadline coming up would be very interesting to see what they will get. You have David Stearns right now, who I trust getting good talent out of some of these deals, and maybe we'll see a lot of these type of additions. So don't judge before you see is what I would say, because a lot of people didn't like the Mets getting Jeremy Rodriguez um, in the Tommy Pham trade, um, but it shows that they know a lot more than us fans, because so far, I mean, we obviously don't know how Jeremy Rodriguez is panning out, but so far, with his age and with how he has performed in now a league that obviously has older guys than he, it's done. It's really really impressive. So moving on with St. Lucie, yes, Ronald Hernandez was Player of the Week, but I mentioned his week obviously on Monday because he was Player of the Week for
Naturally,
last
naturally,
week.
naturally.
So I did mention him there. He was great there, but there are other names on the St. Lucie list right now. We have Christopher Gomez, who came from the Florida Complex League, had a difficult start to his St. Lucie career. After his promotion, he did bounce back with 2 1/3 scoreless innings, striking out 3. Jesus Baez, time for a call up, by the way. He should be in Brooklyn with all the guys who are getting aggressively called up. I think he should be the next one. OPS up to 821 in a pretty difficult hitters league. Billy Fennes, talking about promotions, he just was promoted to St. Lucie from the Florida Complex League. He had his St. Lucie debut yesterday, going 2 for 5 with a home run and a triple. He drove in two. And Boston Barrow and there he is, Ronald Hernandez, both tripled in a two-hit day on Wednesday. So they are still. Ronald Hernandez had a pretty decent series, not obviously not as good as his last week. That was, yeah, he wasn't able to repeat that, but good to see him getting some hits there. And a triple is pretty fast. I also see some stolen bases with Ronald Hernandez in minor leagues too. So a nice athletic catcher. Brooklyn, yet another debut for a minor league team. This time it was Cade Morris, who went 6 innings of 1-1 ball, allowing just 4 hits, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts. It's good to see him moving up. Jonathan was tremendous in his longest start of the season. He went 6 2/3 innings of 1-run ball, striking out 8, including DJ LeMahieu. He struck out on a nice-looking fastball. Utility infielder Wilfredo Lara hit his first home run of the season. He's having a difficult start to the year, so hopefully he picks it up after this, after the home run. Brooklyn has been a terrible, terrible ballpark for power this year so far. So that's one thing to note when you're talking about hitting performances in the with Brooklyn Cyclones. Binghamton, Kevin Parada, finally we can say something good after a bad first month with a 596 OPS. He has a 713 OPS in May, still not great, but he does have 4 home runs since May the 10th. So it's good to see him getting going. Ryan Clifford talking about the lack of power in Brooklyn. He already hit his first home run in Binghamton. So that's maybe the main reason why they brought him up, because his power was lacking, but he had a crazy walk rate in Brooklyn. So maybe in Binghamton he gets some more, pitches to hit, and the power will come a little bit more. Nolan McLean made his Double-A debut, another debut in the Mets organization with 4 innings of 3-run ball. He allowed 7 hits. Two of them went out of the ballpark. He didn't walk a batter, struck out 5. Brandon Sprout is still doing his thing. He went 7 for the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. He walked just 1, which is always great to see Brandon Sprout not walking guys. Struck out 9. He did allow 3 solo shots for 3 runs, but it was solo shots. So if you allow your home runs, let it be solo shots. So that's still another very good outing for Brandon Sprout. Paul Gervais, the tall righty we saw in spring training, made his return after an IL stint with a perfect 9th with 2 strikeouts for the save. Good to see him back. Moving on to Syracuse, my man Jose Butto should have been pitched on Tuesday, the same day as Adrian Hauser, so they should have flip-flopped, I guess. He made his Syracuse return, went 6 scoreless innings on just 2 hits, no walks, with 7 strikeouts. I added in my notes, please come back, Jose, because just I like him, and I hate seeing him pitching this. I like seeing him pitching this well at Syracuse, but I hate it at the same way because I just want to see him pitch in the major leagues. Max Kranick, we talked about him, got the FA, was unclaimed, still in the Mets organization. He has been coming out of the bullpen lately, been doing pretty well in the bullpen, so maybe that's the future for Max Kranick. He pitched 2 perfect innings with 2 strikeouts. Luke Ritter, another guy who I mentioned last week as maybe an option for a utility role for the Mets. He keeps on hitting. Hit another home run on Tuesday, driving in 3. And a good thing to see, I think, maybe together with Kevin Parada, Luis Angel and Cunha went 4 for 9 with 3 RBIs in the 2 games since the last podcast, Mets Minor League Minute.